Hello YouTubers, and welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday afternoon. It's August 25th. It's another hot day. Right now the bike is showing 100 degrees on the bike. Alright, we'll start off with today's Bible verse. Today's verse is out of Romans chapter 12 verse 2. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you will prove what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect. The world really wants us to conform to it nowadays, but God calls us to something different for His kingdom. All right. Well, today's ride was kind of inspired by a video that my friend Gold Rider 1, Mac, put up. He recently went on a little flyby through Cedar Hill, Tennessee, small town near him. So I'm going to ride through Cedar Hill, Texas today. It's a suburb of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, about 26 miles from my home in Arlington. I'll get you caught up a little bit on what's been going on and what's new. First off, earlier this month I had COVID. Knocked me down a little bit. Had to be out of work for about a week. It seems to me like the current strain of COVID virus is a little bit milder than we had been having 2 or 3 years ago. It really wasn't a bad illness for me. And I seem to have recovered pretty fully at this point. As you may have been aware if you've followed some of my other videos, I've installed the BT Moto ECU flash upgrade on my bike. And yesterday I took the bike in for a routine maintenance visit at the dealer. As recommended by BT Moto, I did reinstall the original ECU file prior to taking it in. The dealer did not say anything to me one way or the other about having installed and then uninstalled the BT Moto tune. Yesterday afternoon, after I finished up at the dealer, I reinstalled the tune file. I can definitely tell a difference in how the bike handles and responds. Really continue to like it. Made 2 more modifications to my motorcycle. I installed a Show Chrome GT Marvel trunk light with integrated turn signals. I've been really happy about that. It requires you to drill a hole in your trunk. That had actually scared me off for a while, but I finally got up enough courage to do it. I think I got a good install on it. I'll show you all some pictures of it. It's really bright. Really bright. I'm very happy with it. One thing I will say about it so far is it seems to have knocked out my Gold Strike running light / brake light that I had integrated with my luggage rack that I previously had operational until I installed this new Show Chrome trunk light. Not sure exactly what the problem is. I've done a little bit of troubleshooting on it. Talked with Cruiseman about it earlier today. He has a great installation video on this trunk light. I'd encourage you, if you're at all interested in it, to check that out at CruisemansGarage. The other thing I did, inspired by Gold Rider 1, I drilled a hole in the cover on my right cubby hole. I did that in preparation for the day when the electronic release on that cover might not function and I wouldn't be able to open up my gas cap. After you drill one hole in your bike, the second hole gets a lot easier to do. Now if that ever fails to open, I can just pull out a little plug, plastic plug that I have covering the hole, use a little screwdriver or other, a pen or something like a pencil maybe, push that through the hole and it will be able to open up the gas cap for me. Thank you, Gold Rider, for the Gold Rider 1 for the helping me get up the courage to actually go ahead and do that, and also for the recommendation for the hole plug cover. I appreciate that. I bought that on your recommendation. My understanding is that my friends Cruiseman and Robert White are going on a trip Labor Day week to Colorado. I wish them safety and the best on that trip. Hope you all have great weather for that. Currently on I-20 headed east toward Dallas. I think we're looking for the next exit up here maybe to get off and head over toward Cedar Hill. Oops, it looks like I missed my exit while I was talking to y'all. Well, that was where I wanted to go, down there. And we'll just take the scenic route here. I'll turn right up here on Mountain Creek Parkway, go down to Camp Wisdom, and then get back over to that road I was wanting to go on. Up ahead about 3 or 4 miles is the Cedar Hill Nature Preserve. Nice area with some hiking trails. There's a lake in there. In the spring they have a lot of bluebonnets. They actually have a trail called Bluebonnet Trail. Really beautiful there in the spring. Hang right here on Camp Wisdom and get back to where I was originally headed off at. I'm going to turn left here on Beltline Road. And run down to Cedar Hill. Just over to the left there is Lake Joe Pool. We're on the east side of the lake. We're going to turn left. We're going to go by Cedar Hill State Park, located on the eastern shores of Lake Joe Pool. You may not have seen it, but I did a ride by Lake Joe Pool 2 or 3 months ago. If you're interested, you might want to check that video out also. I have camped out here at Cedar Hill State Park before. It's nice in that it's a state park, but it's real close and convenient, right in the Metroplex area. Once you get into the park, it's like you're not in the city anymore. I don't know how well they show up on the camera, but if you look to the right, there's about 8 or 9 tall radio and television antennas. Those are all located in the Cedar Hill area. This is one of the higher elevation areas in the Metroplex, and a lot of the radio and television stations decide to put their broadcast antennas out here. Over on the right, you can see a little concrete biking and running and walking trail. Guess they haven't completed over that little creek yet. This area is kind of hilly, and there are cedar trees in this area, hence the name Cedar Hill. Actually in the town of Cedar Hill. Leave all that out there on the right as part of Cedar Hill State Park. There you can see the lake a little bit maybe. This next stoplight up here is the entrance to Cedar Hill State Park. Right in there. A couple runners out here in the afternoon heat. I still do a little bit of running, but this time of year I do it early in the morning or right around sundown. Keep that sun from beating down on me too much. We'll see how my plans work out, but right now I'm planning on making a Labor Day trip to Colorado Springs later this week. Current plan is to leave Arlington on Friday morning in the wee hours of the morning. I plan to ride all the way into Colorado Springs. Computer said it's about 710 miles. And stay there for 2 days and ride back on Monday. Currently plan to ride up Pikes Peak. Hope to get some video of that, be able to share it with you guys. There's a mall on the left here in Cedar Hill. Let's see where this road goes to the right. I think the historic downtown's to the right a little ways. It says Uptown Road. There's a local Walmart. the police station there on the right. Historic downtown to the right. We'll run through there for a moment. Cedar Hill was founded in 1846, and initially it was actually the county seat for Dallas County. And about 10 years later, in 1856, a big tornado came through town, leveled most of the buildings, caused a lot of damage and injuries as well. And shortly after that, the county seat got moved to Dallas. At one time, the Chisholm Trail passed through here. See, I think this is the main street here, the old main street. Historic downtown, it says, is to the left. Got kind of a brick intersection here. So Babe's Chicken. Old Town to the right, it says. Let's turn right and see what we can find. Okay, Cedar Hill Barbers. Sam's Pizza and Pasta.
All in the Kroger app. Get Bonnet pork shoulder roast for $9.
Here's Broad Street. Corner Square Quilts over on the left. First Baptist Church of Cedar Hill on the right. Some of you may or may not know I actually go to First Baptist Church in downtown Dallas. And church made national news last month with an unfortunate event. The historic sanctuary that had been standing for 130 years in downtown Dallas burned. It was a 4-alarm fire, really severe hot fire. It melted a whole bunch of metal and girders and everything. But the plan is to rebuild. I'll include a couple pictures of some of the damage. Fire's cause is still under investigation by the fire department, and no cause has been identified so far. Happened on a Friday evening just after Vacation Bible School had finished. Fortunately, the buildings were relatively empty. Now the church built a new sanctuary about 10 or 15 years ago. So we're not completely homeless. It did take out the building that burned, and then there was a lot of smoke damage done to one of the next door buildings. All right. Already seen more runners here in Cedar Hill than I see in Arlington. This next intersection up here is Highway 67. I'm actually going to take it north, and we're going to run up toward Dallas. I'll show you a little bit of Cedar Hill on the highway. At this point, this is the US Highway 67 down there. We're going to merge onto. US Highway 67 is running northeast here. It goes to downtown Dallas, about 15 to 20 miles up ahead. This is still Cedar Hill on both sides. The 2020 population of Cedar Hill was 49,000. So it's a little bit bigger than Cedar Hill, Tennessee. Alright, we're headed into Duncanville now, so I think I'll call this video an end. I-20 is about 2.5 miles up ahead. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll try to get some more videos up of my Colorado trip if that works out. Hopefully next weekend or the second week from now. In any case, ride safely, my friends. Bye now.